What is up, everybody? It's your boy Duty back again with another video. After a day of failed attempts at playing Overwatch 2, our boy Phil is just not a happy camper. And I'm pretty sure that's going to extend into the daily rap video. So let's listen and take a gander at what our boy with the swollen head has to say.
Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Tuesday, the 4th of October, 2022. Quite an interesting day for many different reasons, many of which were kind of predictable and expected, and some were not at all. Today was the launch of Overwatch 2, and it was my goal to play Overwatch 2 all day long. I loved Overwatch 2 when it came out in 2016. Excuse me, Overwatch 1 when it came out in 2016. Played it for about a year, right? Perhaps maybe even a little over a year. And haven't played it since, but was eager to kind of jump back in, especially knowing that this one is free to play. But all week I was skeptical about this game working. So we did a level 1 podcast this morning where I talked all about my skepticism about them being able to link your battle.net account along with your Xbox Live or PlayStation account while also trying to get this game to work while a million people were all trying to log in at once, and basically try to get a head start on it. I downloaded the client when it went available at 11 a.m., which was when it was made available for the first time. You couldn't get it earlier than that. And basically started trying to boot this thing at that time when I was doing the podcast. It kept cycling, saying 20,000 people, 10,000 people in line. Sometimes it got down to a couple hundred, and then it would error. So then when the podcast ended around our usual time, 12:30 p.m. Pacific time, we swapped over for about an hour of literally just sitting together, watching this thing cycle and try to join a match on the Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. We tried both, okay? It would not work for either. Now, in the meantime, my wife was downstairs on the other modem trying to get this to work on her PlayStation 4. And it did. Shockingly enough, apparently PS4 is the only console. I think also the Switch worked today. But no Xbox Series S's, X's, or PS5s could connect to this game today. Or if they did, it was fleeting and then you would disconnect and that was the end of it. Okay? So, my wife played the game today, and here's what she had to tell me. Her Battle.net account did sync with her account, and she was able to unlock all the characters, but not really. Blizzard had promised if you have a Battle.net account that's linked with the previous version of Overwatch 1, you'd play as everyone but the one character you have to pay for, Himiko. That Himiko is associated with the premium Battle Pass, but you should be able to play with all of the original cast, including all the original DLC expansion characters, and the 2 new characters, Sojourner, and I think there's a female Junkrat, like Junk Queen or something like that. And you should have access to all of them. She does not. And her account is fully synced. She cannot play with any new characters at all. She can only play with the original cast of Overwatch 1. She played for over an hour today and could only access the original maps from Overwatch 1 and play with the original cast. So essentially, you're playing Overwatch 1, but it's 5v5 instead of 6v6. That's the one change. Now, the weirdest thing about this is that after me trying to play this for an hour on the first stream and failing, it doesn't work, I announced to everyone, we're not going to waste our gameplay time. Let's do the Evil Within, which was my backup plan to begin with. So we did. We booted the Evil Within. I played it for 2 hours, okay? Thanks to anyone who you know, attended that audible, that swap. I really appreciate those who supported it, okay? So then, after that happened, when my stream was going offline, I decided on a whim, let me try to boot up Overwatch 2 now and see if it works. I don't have time to play it, but let me just give it a shot and see if anything's changed over the last, 2.5 hours. It worked. It connected. So I rushed through the tutorial and the training. Then it allowed me to join a match. Now, the weirdest thing happened. I was able to see that because my account did not sync, which I didn't think it was going to because I had played originally on PlayStation. Only half the cast was unlocked. But the weirdest thing about this was the 2 new characters, Sojourner and the female Junkrat, were unlocked. So, just to clarify, if you linked your Overwatch account from Overwatch 1, you could play with everyone but the new characters. You're locked out from the new content of the game. But if you're a newbie who never played Overwatch 1 and didn't link your account, you can play as the new characters from the get-go. What? How does that make any sense? If you owned the original game, of course you want to play with the new characters first. You know what the other characters are like. I mean, yeah, maybe eventually you want to go back and check them out. Oh, it's my main. I want to see how they are in this one. But the first thing you'd probably want to do is play on new maps and new characters. You can't play on new maps and the new characters are locked. Anyway, I didn't even have time to play because dinner was ready. So I said, okay, at least it works. Now I'll announce to everyone the late stream tonight. I'll attempt to play this and we'll play it tonight and I'll play with the characters and we'll see how it is. So I have dinner. I watch Kat play, my wife, for about an hour during the break between the streams. And it's literally Overwatch 1. I didn't see many or any differences at all. It looks identical. The graphics look good. But it looks identical to the first game, except it's 5v5 instead of 6v6. Maybe there are some gameplay tweaks. I'm not aware of them, but it looks the same to me. Even the sound effects sound the same. The music's the same. It's the same. The only thing that I think is different is the win music is different, like at the end of a match. So, she plays it for an hour. She's pissed. She's like, I didn't want to play the same game that I played 6 years ago. I want to fucking play a new game with new maps and new characters, and the game won't let me. She even looks, she's like, can I buy them? No. If you have your Overwatch account linked, you can't even buy the new characters. They're completely frozen because Blizzard fucked this up. Okay?
Okay, so I heard this idiot rant. So if he would bother doing 2 seconds of research, he would find out that this happened. Overwatch 2 or Blizzard, their servers were DDoS twice yesterday on launch day, and that was the issue. So I'm guessing what they probably have is they have multiple servers and they kind of have different, like the new characters on a specific, file or whatever the case. I'm not too specific, but I'm pretty sure it's not all integrated into one specific place. So what ended up happening was they got DDoS. That's what happened, Phil. It wasn't that they screwed anything up. It wasn't that they didn't code it properly. It wasn't that they didn't test it right. They got DDoS. And as a moron like yourself who's been DDoS before, you know what happens when that occurs, you moron. So just because, you're pissed off that you can't play, of course your go-to is to curse and rant and blame anyone but yourself. When you could have spent 2 minutes and just researched, hey, what's going on? You would have saw that Blizzard got DDoS twice. That's what happened. Hackers, whoever, attacked the site on launch day, and that's something they can't prevent, and that's why they were having so many problems, you moron. Okay, I'm done ranting. Let me go back to the video.
So I'm like, okay, let's start my late stream. So the late stream starts, and I tell everyone, our goal is to play. We'll try an Xbox Series X. If that doesn't work, we'll try PS5. We spent the entire 2 hours going back and forth between them, and we didn't get one match.
Okay, if you moron would have taken 2 minutes before your second stream to research to figure out what was going on, you would have saw that they got DDoS and they were having issues. And you could have said to yourself, okay, there's nothing I can do. I'll move on. I'll play something else and maybe try tomorrow. That's what a normal person does. But of course, no, Phil, you won't do that because you're so goddamn entitled and you assume that Blizzard is aware of your streams and they're going to do everything possible to make sure that you can stream so that you can hit your tier 2 tip goal and have enough money to pay your bills. God, you're an idiot. God, you're an idiot.
Luckily, I have awesome viewers. They were okay with us waiting. We had fun conversation. We kept each other company. It was fun. People were insanely supportive. We had double the viewership I usually have on a late stream, and people came out in droves to support the stream. I hit the first tip skull, like all the tip skulls, for the first time since the marathon on Saturday, and I couldn't even tell you when I did before then. It was the most supported stream I've done in a long time. I'm so happy because...
I'm so happy. Do you hear this guy? That little phrase right there, right? He was ranting and raving the whole day about Overwatch 2 not being able to play. He was pissed off. He was treating his members like crap. He was treating people that were donating like crap, as in the previous video that you heard. But he's so happy because he hit the tier 3 tip goal. So if you ever had a doubt in your mind that what makes Phil happy is money, that sentence right there clearly shows that Phil cares nothing but about money. He could be sitting there picking his nose or someone probing his butthole, and he wouldn't care as long as he hits that tier 2 or tier 3 tip goal.
That tells me is that some people realize now you don't have to tune in to watch the game. Even if the game's an epic fail, you can still have a good time just interacting with me. It's about the social experience. And I explained to the audience, I was like, some of you are disappointed that I'm not playing a game tonight. But you understand that there's very popular streamers out there who literally don't have a work schedule. They turn on a stream and say, you guys determine what we do tonight. Depending on, who contributes, you get the...
Those are interesting people, Phil. You are not interesting. You are boring. You are boring. You are not interesting. You bring nothing of value or interest to the stream. You have your dedicated 200 or so people that watch your stream. You have your 200 or 300 other detractors that watch your stream just to clip you and make fun of you. And that's it. No one cares about you. No one cares what you do. No one finds what you do interesting except those 15 or 20 den heads that think you're the coolest and hang on to your every word, and they feel like maybe they can gain some popularity if they, hang on to your coattails, which those people have mental problems.
Pick. Do you want me to watch a video? Do you want me to watch a trailer? Do you want me to read a news article and react to it? Do you want me to play a game? Do you want me to do this? There's the most popular streamers. This is how a lot of them operate. They're not like me where, a set schedule of a game every night and you must adhere to that. That's not what a lot of them do. And if anything, I think tonight was a case example that if things go wrong or if there's no game to play, we don't need one. We can just chill and have a good time and enjoy ourselves. We were doing the Magic 8 Ball, and it was hilarious because people kept asking questions, and it was the most negative slamming answers every time.
Try that again today. Try that again today, and let's see if the Dents come out and support you. I dare you, Phil. I'm pretty sure they won't.
Okay? The good news is I recorded all of this, and I'm uploading it tonight so you can watch it at your leisure. You should enjoy it. The people who were here live enjoyed it. You'll probably have a kick out of it, too. Now, in addition to that, something truly awesome happened. Okay? While I was doing this fail stream of Blizzard sucking butt and not having their game work, I got an email from Capcom. I've been accepted into the Street Fighter 6 closed beta this weekend. I can play it all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on my Xbox Series X. Holy shit. Like, wow. That's amazing. That's never happened to me before. I've tried applying to these things before. I never get accepted. This is shocking that I was accepted. I'm very stoked, and because it's such a rare event, and because I'm very excited for it, I will absolutely be doing it all day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 6 straight streams of Street Fighter 6 goodness. The game has 8 characters in it so far, so we'll be playing with a good variety of stuff. I don't know if I'll pick them all. For example, Ryu and Ken are in it. Maybe I'll just play Ryu because I prefer Ryu over Ken. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'll necessarily play every character. There's 2 new characters that are Street Fighter 6 originals. I'll likely use them. We'll play it by ear and we'll see who exactly I end up using in this thing over the course of the weekend. But I'm super pumped. Now, this means Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I get to be one of the people who gets to play this thing hands-on all weekend long, test the netcode, test the gameplay, see how this new drive system works. People have been asking me, what do you think of Street Fighter 6? My answer is always, it looks good, but until I play it, I don't have an opinion. I'm going to have an opinion as of this weekend.
God, I can't wait for it to crash and burn on him. God, I can't wait. I'm going to be clipping that. I'm going to be playing it, and I guarantee you it's going to be the same bullshit like Overwatch, and I'm going to laugh at Phil. I'm going to laugh. And by the way, doesn't our boy Phil owe Capcom an apology? Didn't he trash them and talk shit that, they're never going to pick him, and they're assholes, and they hate him, and he hates them, and all that stuff? I think they deserve an apology, Phil. Maybe you should send them an apology, since they did accept you, even though you are an ass to them, of course, like always. But anyway, Hope you guys enjoyed the video. The salt is epic. Peace out.